Hello folks, Daryl here with another Mandela Effect, Earth Changes. We're gonna finish off this thing that turned into a kind of a grueling marathon with the possible new countries. So we'll kind of rip through it here fairly quickly. So we'll start with Wake Island. It's in the Marshall Islands. I think I've heard of them. So I don't believe it's a new country, but I sure think they got a lot of new islands. See, that's just barely a blip on the map, the one we were just looking at with the airport and whatnot. So that's part of these Marshall Islands, which I swear, like, even 3-4 days ago when I was looking in this neighborhood, like, look at all of these things. There was no, I don't think there's even half this number here. I kid you not. It's absolutely crazy, the amount of things in here. But, like, I'll just do one to show you, but you can zoom any one of them, and all it is little bits that are through, and like, is so typical when we're finding these new things. Just the outline, and then it should fill in. Wow, is it just me, or did this thing just appear since we zoomed in there? I could be wrong on that, but definitely want to log that for, I think we'll get to see lots of growth there. Nope. Well, so anywho, there's the Marshall Islands and Micronesia. Federal states of. Here we are. And this, to me, I don't know, it looks pretty typical of the finger bars of sand that come out, and then the land fills in. See, there's obviously something out there. Pretty unlikely that all of these islands just happen to have this nice breakwater out here. But that's the thing, we don't need any of your, some of you haven't been all that positive with your responses to some of this, and you can tell by your remarks that it's only because you haven't been with us long enough following this stuff along. Like, we're watching these things come from not here at all to there being an island here in less than a week in a lot of cases. And people are thinking, saying, well, Google only updates every 3 years. Well, really? You telling me these new islands are appearing out there 3 years ago and we're not hearing about it? Seems unlikely to me. But anywho, off to Nauru, which is pretty much in the same little group of islands. I wasn't able to find any amount of them connected to this, like often the country, Nauru or whatever, however you say it, it'll be more than one island. But this guy, little pin dot that he is, shows up on our list of sovereign nations. And really, look at this thing. Like, really? Look at all these roads. It just is so unlikely for, let's see how far that thing is across. I don't think it's very far. Like I was saying not that long ago, yeah, 3.5 miles across. Really, guys? And they're going to spend, what, millions on roads on a 3.5 mile island? Maybe. Pretty unlikely. And what? How much you want to bet this airport's probably big enough to land at 767? Yeah, 1.3, that's not bad. I've been finding them like 2.5 miles long and stuff on a little 3 mile long island. So there you go. There's Nauru. Off to Tuvalu. I believe it's right in the same neck of the woods here. Hey, what was that we just passed there? Did you guys see that thing go by? I think these guys are new since I was scoping it out a couple days ago. Oh no, Tonga, he's on the list. Okay, never mind. False alarm. Actually, this was the one that caught my eye. And we don't have him for a scheduled stop, so excuse the moment in time here, but I gotta make sure I can get some stills off of this. See, look at this. Really? Maybe. I don't know. You guys look it up, see what you think. But any that have been following, we're probably going to find this island out to at least this size, as you know, when we follow it along. And you'll be glad to know that once we're done this little exercise here, we'll be off to doing some before and afters, because some of this stuff I've been keeping an eye on. There's some pretty significant change in it already. Now I've lost my Tuvalu. Where'd my Tuvalu go? There's Tuvalu. This here is its own island nation as well. And again, I don't know, I'm not going to claim anything, because then people want to argue about stuff. But any of you that have been watching, you know what this is by now. This is construction. Under construction still. Who knows how much of this will leave. It looks like it might be almost done flowing out, so well, maybe not. With this sand breaking out there, it's probably going to send some more water up that way. Hard to say. We'll find out. This here looks like it might be doing a little melting yet. Very interesting. Alright, off to Tokelau. Tokelau, I think, something like that. And here we be. Just another little ringlet of a island that in many places, see where there are no trees here, I am pretty sure, yeah, you can see the water here. That stuff is still all, look at that. Check out those waves are over top, right? Yeah, so this one's going to come through the water treed, as many of them do. A lot of them come through, hey, yeah, with a town on it. See, look, we're still underwater. And that's got a town. Nice little underwater town. This is going to come up sooner than later, for sure. Pretty interesting, eh? This is obviously, there's nothing there that you can see yet even, but those are scheduled to be towns. And they will be. Whoever's doing this stuff seems to plan it out ahead pretty good in many cases. A lot of the islands I'm finding, they're not even anything there other than just a shape. I know what to look for, and then a name will appear, and then the island will come up. Alright, Wallis and Futuna? Can't remember his name. Yeah, Futuna Islands. Wallis and Futuna. That's the name of this country, nation, whatever. Wow, check it out. The airport's right down on the beach.
I guess they do their swimsuits, right?
Yeah. Excuse me, sir, you cannot board the plane without your snorkel and flippers.
Get the rubber ducky.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, whoever's designing these things, they got a pretty good imagination, for sure. Or they were really stuck for room, but I don't really... Well, maybe. The rest of the island is pretty rugged. Geez, you wouldn't want a crosswind pushing you into the hill there. It'd be a sketchy one. Not one you send the apprentices to, that's for sure. Anyways, Wallis and Futuna Islands covered. Vanuatu, something like that. Way over here. And again, there's quite a few new islands here. A crazy amount. I think, yeah, Caledonia is on the list here. Well, anyway, Vanuatu. This is her. That's a country too. Now, I haven't done the homework on this one as far as the islands around it to see how far their ownership goes. I suppose we could, no, that one ain't going to tell us too much about it. Try this guy. Sometime they'll... the capital of Malacca province of the island country of Vanuatu. Okay, so here's the capital of Vanuatu. So it's probably just that little cluster there. Hard to say. Here's another capital type place. Portville. Portville, okay. Okay. So yeah, there's a little cluster of those islands that belong to Vanuatu. Now, where are we? Okay, Solomon Islands. I don't know, something... Some days I think I remember the Solomon Islands, and some days I think I don't. But they're kind of suspicious just because of some of the coloration around here, but doesn't really mean nothing on its own. But like I say, there is quite a bit that's typical. These things, if we were here earlier, we probably just would have saw these by themselves without too much of this stuff on them. As we will be doing in our tour. Wonder if that guy's underwater. In our tour of things I've been keeping an eye on where stuff will be coming up. Show you all the new land bridges and things that I'm keeping a lookout for, so you guys can help me watch too. Okay, Solomon Islands. Don't really know for sure how far they go, but there they are. Oh boy, I don't know how the Faroe Islands got this far away from where we were. I thought I kind of had this stuff clumped better than that. So I apologize for that. Faroe seems to have a nice little community on it here. Cool. Pretty. I just love all just the variety of these islands. Like the variety in the landscape and geography is very nice. Trying to get this. I need to be able to watch these water areas because we've seen this stuff do funny things too since I've been watching this. Okay, there you have it. Faroe Islands. Looks like there's a little cluster of them, but again, they're, I don't know. Something just doesn't sit right with me, with them, but Could be totally wrong. But again, just, I don't know, the typical pattern we follow. It seems really unlikely that we'd have these little settlements here and there, all over them in the proper places, really, theoretically, but then absolutely nothing anywhere else. I realize it is fairly rugged terrain, but surely shit, there's got to be something, coal, gold, silver, copper, something that would attract some kind of activity, and I couldn't find any much signs of real life on there other than the towns that seem to be there. So back over to this side. Maybe we covered the Faroe Islands and they accidentally got back into here. If that happened, I apologize. New Caledonia. These, again, I don't know, it's one I've been looking at for so long now, I can't remember if I even think it belonged or not. Some days I do, some days I don't. But there's all kinds of pretty fresh ones that look like they're still being worked on just because we can't focus on them. And I know that's some guy tried telling me, well, that's what Google Earth does, but if you've been following along, you'd know that there's a difference like that. See, when it won't focus on Google Earth like this, it's normally it at least goes grainy on you. It doesn't go fuzzy like that. There's a difference if you follow along and ask some questions and watch for a while before judging. You'll probably learn more. I just want to get shots of these in case these bays change. Alrighty. Oh, no, whoa, what'd we do? Look at that water, isn't that gorgeous? Jeez. No, we gotta have a look at this though. For sure. Wow. Nice. Okay. Where are we at here? Anyone remember? New Caledonia. Okay. Off to Tonga. And here we be. It's another one that I think stuff has changed just in the last few days. This little guy, but I could be wrong. But that's the thing, once you look at all this stuff, spend 10, 12, 14 hours a day, kind of starts looking a bit the same. And I do get them mixed up. See, look at all the action here, the funny colored water. It's heading out to sea, and the evergreens or whatever, well, whatever kind of trees. What trees, if anyone knows the technical name for the saltwater tree here that likes to grow in salt water, I'd like to know what that is, because I must have missed that day in school. Probably opened the door wide open there for some dummy to step through for sure. Oh, what do you do? I gotta be me. It's all I can do. Yeah, so as you can see, whether new nation or not, it's there's something new going on, and we'll find out if there is. Off to Nauru, or Nui, or Nai, or something like that. Here we are. Just another little fella. And he's another sovereign nation, all unto himself. really? How about if I remind you? I think I only got about 4 more left. Or will you forget for sure? Okay. Alright, we're back. Jeez, yeah, the wife just pointing out a good, something kind of funky, nothing to do with land, but we know the Star Wars movies, they've been hit pretty hard with the Mandela Effect, and now, like, what, within 24 hours, 2 Princess Leia and Carrie Fisher, both done. Careers are finished. I believe Carrie Fisher just finished the work on, what is it, Star Wars 8 or whatever now? 18, 28, I don't know. I try not to feed the system too much. I'd rather buy bait, feed the fish, instead of being the fish. Alright, so that is Nauru, and I've just recorded my stills. Thanks for following along. Sorry, folks. Sometime you gotta just hang out for the ride. French Polynesia. Here we are again. I don't know, it's probably not new. But I don't know, how can some of these not be new when we know we're out by, oh yeah, remember the official count on countries was 196 when we started this series? Well, it's down to 195 now. And how much you want to bet that if we were to actually physically count the listed countries, I'd put a buck on it that we're up instead of down. And we were already at 235. Okay, sorry, I was doing it to you again. Just getting this footage here, because I know this shit's gonna change. Gotta have it. I do. See, here's the bar before you get the swoosh out of sand. You just have just the little fingers for any of you newbies with us. Same thing. See, this is a little bit later stage instead of the... Let's back up here. Oh, what the... Was there that much here when we just looked at this? Fuck me, am I losing my mind? Were you watching? I don't remember if there was that much. There probably was. There had to be. Shit. Damn, I don't know. I thought it was just a string, but could be wrong totally. See, but this'll turn into like solid land here in no time at all. Stuff's cruising right along. Same with this under here, it'll stretch out till you get more actual sand up and it'll stretch out. So, French Polynesia, whether it's been there for a while or not, I'm guessing they're adding some square footage. Holy shit, look at the population here. They can use some extra square footage and they're gonna have it. It's either that or they're losing hardcore. But now that I can grab some logs here, we'll keep an eye on it, see which way it's going. See, look at this stuff. Ain't losing my mind. Hey, yeah, these ones, the little finger bar isn't even through yet. Sandbar thing. So, like we were saying, anybody interested enough, you can come keep an eye on this, and you'll see this come through. And then the rest will follow. Hey, check this out! The airport's it's got, yeah, like half of the runway goes into the water, and then, wow, it's a pretty, I think they still got better than a mile sticking out. They're good. Just don't pick the wrong end. Jose, no, the other way! Shit, 1 point, holy shit, check this. It's got, yeah, they're like 1 3/4 miles above the water. If they use the whole runway once she comes up, they're well over 2 miles. Wow. They could land friggin' battleships off that thing and get them in the air. Trippy. See, in this little sub-island to it, it's definitely growing. And please don't tell me, no, it's not. Just watch, and don't watch. Go away for a week or two. Come back and check it out yourself. And come and enjoy following along with the rest of us. Because nobody else has the time to put into finding all this stuff like I do. I'm addicted to this shit, man. It's just too trippy. How do you not be? Anyways, okay. Pitcairn Islands are the next stop. They're not too far down the ocean. And here we are. Pitcairn Islands. Now this, like I say, we're looking at maybe or maybe not new countries, so this here, Pitcairn Islands, is its own country. And can anyone point me to the capital? No? How about anywhere? Like, where are they living? Maybe they pitched a tent in the woods. No, I don't know. But I bet you I'll get somebody that'll tell me, Pitcairn's always been there. But I hope not, because they haven't. There's no way. Why is there a country there that doesn't even have a village yet? Oinu Island, that looks pretty fresh to me too. Maybe that's where the capital. Hey, Adamstown, maybe this is the capital. Hope I didn't overstep already. Who's this the capital of? Shit, it is! Yep, okay, I'll take that last one back. So, Pitcairn Islands do have a capital. It's Adamstown, and here it is on the little island. Check this out. This is the capital of the Pitcairn Islands. And look at the size of this puppy over here. And there ain't a soul on it. Like there ain't a footprint, a fire pit, nothing anywhere. Does that make sense to you?
No.
Oh no, I just grabbed my screen and screwed it up. How do I do this? Over, there, okay. Yeah, so I don't know, folks. It looks pretty fishy to me. And I think we got another stop here yet. Kiribati. See, look at all those new islands we're passing. And here is Kiribati. This is a sovereign nation as well. Probably not new, but I don't know. See, I don't know if any of you saw the South Cali Frisco Bay video yet, but there was a whole bunch of like different colored pools like this, and it was suggested it's probably a desalinization type operation of some kind, and it probably very well could be with the populations in those areas. But the guy, one of them that was pointing that out, seemed a little snarky. But I mean, when we're looking at this kind of shit all the time, all over the planet, how do you not stop and have a look at something like that, like I did? Mainly because we have somebody in the area that's willing to go there and look in person, take the video, upload it so we got it. We got the record, either both ways. Either way. I mean, this stuff is intriguing as heck to me, but it's only because I believe these changes really are happening all over the place. And that's why I'm just as eager to debunk or qualify what we're doing either way, because I don't want to look like a fool and I don't want to waste my time. I mean, it'll be or yours, you know. I mean, if it doesn't turn out to be real, See, you guys that have been with us, you know how suspicious this shit is. That's just not right. And now that we've got her logged in here, we'll be able to keep a good close eye on it. And I just had to do that because that was the last one on the list, and you're free to go, kids. Thanks for stopping by.